question is, long-term, will they be? And the offshore betting site, Bet Online, has some odds on this. And it's, take these for what they are. But what they are is ideas that are good fodder. First of all, the odds-on favorites that they will. Again, I don't put a lot of stock in the actual odds at this point. They're trying to take people's money because that's what gambling outlets do. Even the, reputable American ones. They don't air condition the desert and build a bunch of casinos in Las Vegas because they lose. But interestingly enough, you do have this list of names, which I think, Anthony, includes a bunch of ones that nobody has actually considered and seem to have a heavy influence from one particular member of the Commanders ownership group. Have you seen this list of names yet?
The one from CBS Sports?
Yeah, Washington, D.C. Football Club, DCFC, the Washington Pigskins, the Washington Red Hogs, the Washington Red Tails, and the Washington Majors. I think those all stink. Majors is the exact same thing as Commanders. It's just majors.
Yeah.
There's no good. The mages. Like what? Nah. There's no the problem with Commanders. There's two problems with Commanders. Two main problems in terms of the name itself. Obviously, the baggage that it has related to Snyder. That is kind of a separate bucket. But Commanders is a big, long word that's hard to fit on merchandise, and there's no good way to shorten it. So the nickname isn't there. So Majors, you can't shorten it, but at least it's shorter as is. The Red Tails is interesting. It's got ties to the military, which they like. I do think there's a bit of irony in the franchise, who was the last one to integrate in the history of the NFL, going to the name that was the nickname for the Tuskegee Airmen. That feels a little exploitative. In a way, depending on how it's framed, it could be cool because, like, hey, yeah, we were late, but now look who we're honoring. I don't think that's too bad. But then, like, are you the Washington? Like, for short, are you the Tails? That stinks. That's bad. Don't like it.
Yeah, too many puns you can use with tails.
The Washington Pigskins. You'd have the Skins nickname, but at that point, I feel like it's too close to the old one, which is problematic. Whether people agree with me on that, I know it's split. I will tell you it's problematic, and anything with Native American imagery should be off. And then you have DCFC, which I don't mind that, / Washington football team. DCFC would catch on. That's catchier than WFT. Of these five, that one's the best one. To me, that's the only usable one. Agree, disagree?
Excuse me. I had to sneeze.
Well, at least you did it off mic.
Yes.
No fine for you. He's learning, everybody.
You said FCDC?
DCFC.
DCFC.
Washington, D.C. Football Club.
Of the ones on this list, yes.
On this very terrible list, yes.
Yeah. I saw the names on JP's list.
All right, so let's go through those quickly. You got Spartans. You're just another Spartan. But if you're going to get into an IP fight with Michigan State, having Magic Johnson on your side is a good one. I don't hate it. And then you have you got Sparty, I guess there's no real shortening of it.
There's no way Magic Johnson is going to co-sign the Commanders to get Spartan.
But that's the thing, is like Spartans, like you think of the green, not the burgundy and gold. I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
They've got football team / football club next. I still think that might actually be the best option. Red Hogs, I don't mind at all. Because you're still going to want to be burgundy and gold. That is an essential part of the fan base. If you're picking new colors from scratch, it's not the ones I would pick, but with the nearly 100 years of history, I'm totally cool with keeping it. And then you also get Hogs for short. I think that's the best one I've seen so far.
And you get to keep the fight zone.
Yeah, I mean, you could hail to the Hogs.
Yep.
Hail to the Red Hogs. Yeah, that works.
Yep.
Okay.
HTTR will be back. Or is it RH?
I don't know. Or you go HTTH. Hail to the Hogs.
True. You could do that too.
I think you probably go HTTR.
Hey, look, that's my leader in the clubhouse right now.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Magic or Magicians?
No.
No. The Washington Armada.
No.
I do love a nickname that doesn't end in an S. I will say that. I don't like that one in particular for this team. But on principle, I do like... That's actually my uncle, one of his favorite trivia questions. There's like 5 or 7 teams, whatever it is, that in American sports that don't end in an S. Like, it's like Orlando Magic,
Yep.
on down the list. And I used to be able to name them all really, really quickly. But that was when I was younger, and he quizzed me on things like that on a more regular basis. The Washington Presidents, no.
Not
Anybody local would nix that, because when you say the Washington Presidents, you think of the big-headed guys running around at Nats Park. And it's a dumb name. The Washington Ambassadors,
No.
trying too hard with the political puns. The Washington Brigade.
You like this. It doesn't end in an S.
I mean, on that front, yes, but I think that's actually worse than Armada.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
The Washington DCs is probably the single dumbest name on this
That
list.
might be the worst, yeah.
Like, what does that even mean?
No question.
Like, yeah, I'm a like, if someone says like, oh yeah, I'm a Cowboy. Like, if they play for Dallas, like, I'm a DC. What? No, you got one DC. Currently, it's Jack Del Rio. The Washington Defenders. You obviously run into copyright there with the
DC Defenders.
DC Defenders. That's a no. Red Tails. We talked about that one on the last list.
Yeah.
Senators. That's the old baseball team. No. Sentinels. What? No. You have the Wolves.
The Wolves.
Everyone wants Red Wolves. Could you do just Wolves? The Washington Wolves.
You got to put red in front of it.
But you get the alliteration if it's Washington Wolves. And you don't have to fight with Arkansas State.
But guess what? Oh, I forgot.
The lawyers.
Yep.
That's actually not terrible. The thing is, though, like, your imagery forever has been, at least since the 80s with the Hogs, has been more of the Hogs. You have Major Tuddy, all that kind of stuff. Do you want to completely go down the wolf train?
Nah, because then you get rid of Major Tuddy real fast.
You're on Team Tuddy on this one, huh?
Maybe. Yeah.
The Washington Crimson? No. I mean, they've drafted a lot of Alabama players, but come on. The Washington Owls? No. The Red Pigs?
No.
That's just do Hogs.
Yeah.
The Washington Monuments? No. And then the old nickname is at the end of this list, and that's a hard pass. For some people, that's the only one they would accept. That's a hard pass.
Do you think it's been ruled out, like, completely?
Yes.
Or do you think there's
Yes.
2%, 3%, 4%?
0%. 0%. Because you have to remember, taking my own personal feelings on it out of it, which, in summary, my personal feelings are this. Native American groups are not a monolith. There is some disagreement within the Native American discourse about whether that is actually racist in a terrible term, or it's relatively harmless and it's fine. And, some groups actually enjoy that, the honoring by using the use of Native American imagery. But considering there is a wide swath of people who are hurt by that, I'm in favor of the term that's not hurting people. So that's my personal take on it. Just, you can pick something else. Pick the name that doesn't hurt anybody. But you have to remember who pushed that name out. It was Nike. It was FedEx. It was corporate sponsors that were like, yeah, we don't want to do this anymore. This is bad. This is racist. Or at the very least, it's racist enough that it's hurting our business. So if that's the case, it ain't coming back. It's bad business to bring it back in the long term. It might be good term, short business, because a lot of people would be psyched. But in the long term, hell no, it's bad business, and thus there's no way it's coming back. All right, when we get back here on the Team 980, the NFL's top running backs got together this weekend to discuss the, let's call it, market deficiency that they have faced over the last couple years. Is there anything they can do, and why that meeting just, I think, makes them look kind of silly. It's the Hoffman Show. We're on the Team 980 and always live on the free Odyssey app.
This is the Hoffman Show on the Team 980 and the Odyssey app.